Hello everybody, this is the Fair Commando and the Little Big Huff, and we are playing on Kino de Toten. Mason over here. Don't worry, we're new at this. This is just a practice recording, but either way. Alright, round one.
Yeah, the power needs to be turned on.
So Mason already stand up pretty strong.
For the revival of the unfittest.
Take out that SOB. Ooh. That hurt his mama. I don't think he didn't have mama. Whoops. You have to admit, the Little Big Huff, he's been playing for a while. He does basic strategies just on solo. It's just amazing. He has certain ways to do it, and everybody has their own way, but it seems like to me that he has his own strategy that seems to even go beyond round 30, which is pretty darn good for just going solo. So if you happen to pay attention right now, he's just stabbing because obviously it's the first round. This next round he'll probably take about 3 shots, right, and stab him about once. So that's kind of how he's going to play there. Usually by around 4 or so, that's when he really starts leaving. Gotta hand it to the Black Ops series. Or you can just knife twice, either way. Either way it plans out, but you have to be really careful, just like right there. Getting up close and personal, but if you can, for the first 2 or 3 rounds, try taking maybe about 3 or 4 shots and then stabbing them. It really works out a lot better that way. Perfect use. Yeah, believe it or not, Little Big Huff and I, we've gone a long way before. I think on our double, we've made it close to round 32, which is okay. I mean, of course, going double. I know other people, they probably went over that round for sure, but for me, being new as I am, it works out a lot.
I get paid double for my effort.
And see, now there's even commentary over the commentary, so yeah.
Death comes to you, minion. Just the agony if I run
Dang.
out of ammo.
There you go.
Cries of the damn big suck mule.
Yeah, you can probably stand next to the windows and repair them as much as you can, because over time, it gets really useful, especially when getting up to the next rounds of maybe 5 or 6. But after that, you can just let them go on your usual round route, is what we usually call it. Now, Little Big Huff, he has a really good strategy of using the rope-a-dope, and most of them do that. They wait till they get on stage, and pretty much is the round of the dogs, which is close to maybe about round 6 or 7. It's often anticipated. Sometimes it just all depends. Whenever we went double, usually they appeared in round 6, but often we really don't know exactly what round they usually do appear in. But so far, it's been round 6 every time. But maybe on solo, it just depends upon what your amount of people are within your party. So, but I guess it's a solo. I guess it goes on around 5. I guess. Ooh.
No time to play with my pretty
Ooh. Yeah, mostly in the solo rounds, you kind of want to make use, get as much points as you can, especially in the first 4 or 5 rounds, because that'll obviously open up the doors where you can pretty much open up the rest, and you can grab other weapons as well. If you notice, he's making a really good use of his weaponry, planning it out. Ooh. There you go. I think he has one more. Let's see. Yeah, see, look, he already has $5 grand in round 4. That's really, really impressive there. I can't even do that. I'm lucky maybe to get maybe about 1,200, if that. It's just a good use of strategy. So right now he's getting to the door. Often right here you really want to buy the MP40 just because it's a rapid fire weapon, and also it's really, really good, especially on solo. And yeah, it's just a really good early weapon. You could pack it if you want, but that comes later on in the game when you have enough points to actually do that. But usually on solo, you'd stay down here mostly. Sometimes you can go upstairs and hunt down. You can use the stairs to your advantage, let them come down, and therefore you can get more kill that way, more bang for your buck, so to speak. But yeah, I really didn't get used to the Black Ops series until probably about 3 or 4 years ago, where I finally saw a little big Cuff actually play it, and he invited me to actually play it with him, and I just fell off for it. So there you go. Now right here, whenever you get a insta kill, you can maybe go, take one shot with your gun or pistol, or just your regular assault rifle, or you can just go up and just stab him. I mean, either way it works, and that worked really good. And so on and so on. Keep on rebuilding barriers as you go along. Of course, after you get your run in, you really don't want to do that. It's really not necessary. You can pretty much control the speed of the zombies themselves. Round 5 completed. Excellent. Noticing he's doing other stuff. He's trying to get to the stage because he knows he's anticipating by round 6 the dogs are supposed to be coming in. But okay, right here they never did. But when we play double, I'm just going back to what I just said. Oh, another thing too. You need to link up the portal pad. It comes very, very good use. If you have enough points, go ahead and get Jug at this round. Just because, especially if you're playing solo, because you can endure a lot more hits that way. So I think it's really cool. And so he already has a Jug and Quick Revive, so it really helps him out a lot. Now, Quick Revive is where a player goes down, and you can actually revive yourself. It usually does really, really quick, but after you get up, I mean, you're just going to have to keep bolting, because if you're constantly surrounded by zombies, you're basically out of luck there. Now, right now, the Little Big Huff is using this technique called the rope-a-dope, and it's where he's taking a bunch of zombies, pinning them all in one big area, and he just unloads on them in just little increments, which is really, really helpful, because often people really don't take consideration to that. They just go all around the map, which is fine and all, but it's just more suited this way, so you can actually know where they all are at, instead of just trying to get respawns here and there. You can mow them down. And there you have the nuke and the carpenter. The carpenter actually, I guess for most people that play Black Ops, you guys already know this, but it repairs all those doors that were once broken, and all the windows are now repaired. And the nuke basically just annihilates all the rest of the zombies that are near the player. Now here's dogs. Now there's 2 glitches. There's one on each side of the stage. See, the Little Big Cuff right here, he's trying to get into position here. Often the one on the far right is more complicated than the one on the far left. See, as you can already see, when in all doubt, try going to the far left one. But he's just trying to get that one in. Yeah, now he's going to go back to the other side, hopefully. You see where that chair is? Now there's a white spot right there. And if you notice, the dogs eventually, they will stop, and they will end up just like that. They'll just stand put. Very, very useful, especially when you get into the upper rounds where there's even more of them where you have to knock out. Alright, max ammo. Often, a really good strategy to use is to reload on your other weapons first. Go ahead and get your number, and then do the max ammo. If you're already out of ammo, just go ahead and pick it up. That's really, really good, but be sure that your weapons are already reloaded beforehand. Very, very useful. Okay, he is in round 8.
Tell me what time
It's 10:50. Ooh. Okay, so his first strategy, I think here, whenever time a round starts, usually when the zombies start really, really getting in right here, notice he keeps jumping off of basically the platforms here. He just keep on using the same technique, the same rope-a-dope technique. It's just his own strategy. It's really hard to explain. It's where you use your first-person shooter, and you get them all in that corner and just keep turning to the right or to the left, and eventually they're all getting to one big, huge horde, so to speak. But yeah, see, and it makes it really, really useful for him to get them all in line, get them all situated. Now, when you play doubles, it's always a good strategy. Perhaps, see, look, I mean, he's really using his strategy right there. He's getting them right there in that corner where they have no way to go except right there. And he's using the stage to his advantage. But, sorry. Usually when you play doubles, you usually have another person or so go off and run the stage because you have other respawns otherwise. If you keep staying on the stage with 2 people, the zombies are just going to scatter all over, and it's just not going to be very, very useful. Okay, so this is a perfect use of how the quick revive work. He went down, but it's a really, really good use here. And even if you haven't noticed, yeah, you already have the weapons to go on ahead and defeat them, but it's always a good idea to go back and get that jug and possibly a quick revive if you ever can. It's just a really good strategy to actually do that. So. Alright, well done. Well done, Little Big Huff. Good job. And right there, he's right back on his feet. Now, even in solo, I mean, yeah, he went down, alright? Usually, I mean, it happens to everybody. There's always these freak things that happen. Little Big Huff and I, we were playing on round, 30, and we were doing a pretty good job. Everything was already packed, and, we'll pack a punch, basically. I might as well explain that. The teleporter, you get into this other room where you can go and you can upgrade your weapons, but you have to have at least 5,000 for it. And there you can upgrade your weapons further, and there you can actually get, even better weapons, so to speak. So you can actually battle zombies a whole lot better. But packet punching, I mean, you can only stay in there for like what? And yet again, he went down. But it's fine, it's fine. You can get up. There you go. You notice he doesn't panic. He doesn't do anything really. I mean, he just goes back. He's using his surroundings. Now, this is a good part of the run. This is a strategy called the run route. And often, especially when playing doubles, comes really, really useful, where you can just keep continuing going all around the map. And there, of course, that's what most strategics do. And they just unload on certain areas. Now, there's one area that you really don't want to get caught in. Don't activate the traps just yet, because you're not really up that high yet for the need for it. But eventually in solo, you can definitely use them. But for right now, you really don't need that until you get into the upper rounds. But often you really don't want to get caught right there in the middle, right there. You really don't want to turn around and start firing zombies, because right there they just go on every which direction, and you're pretty much pinned. But right here into the showcase room, you could have stopped right back there, take a little fire right here, and you can turn right back around. See, it makes a really good spot. Just try to get them all into one route where they're just going in one way, where you still have distance, so to speak. Here, crawlers. So right now he's just using a really good strategy of the area around him. I think it's really, really cool, Kino the Toten. Just the idea of the theater, that everywhere there's a theater, and pretty much it's just a really good example. Even of course in Black Ops where you have zombies. I think the whole idea of the theater is just really cool because everywhere is a theater. But so far, I heard other people that Ascension is really good. I haven't really played it because I guess because one, I was really busy, and two, I have seen it before, but I haven't really got to go through the rounds. But I heard it's also like this. It might not be as wide open as this, but still really good. That green right there, that is called Speed Cola, and that actually is your sleight of hand. You can go a whole lot faster with reload and stuff like that. But that can come whenever you have enough points to actually pay that off. But if by all means get as much perks as you can. For those of you that have played it before, definitely you guys know that this is a must. But this is one of the spots for the box. And for those of you guys that are new, if you notice where that green dot is, that's located on the map. That's the map of the whole entire area. That is where the secret box is located. Now the box, it costs $950, where you can go and buy a new weapon. It can be a dream weapon such as a Zeus cannon, or it can be just an average ordinary Makarov. But regardless, always try to go into the secret box if you can. It's really useful. You can pick up different items. It saved my butt maybe about 100 times, and it's really good to actually try. But for those of you that usually go around just going off of base weapons such as MP40 or M16, that's just fine. For those of you that are a little more experienced. But for those of you that are kind of beginners, you guys might want to try out the secret box once in a while if you have a chance, and possibly get another weapon. But always keep in mind that you have zombies on your buttocks. So always be sure to turn around and be sure that you're not, getting too occupied with the box instead. Thus far, Little Big Cuff is using his own strategy here yet again. This time he's going to go on ahead and go around the map, and he's going to show you basically where the rest of the areas are, which is really nice. If you notice right here, that's usually a really good prime spot. You can just mow them down right here. Just mow them down, Little Big Huff. You got this. Okay, for those of you guys that are just joining in, I am the Ferret Commando, and then my partner, Little Big Huff, and we are doing Kino to Toten. Hopefully going to go to around 30 eventually, but for right now, we're just doing 25-minute video intervals in hopes to possibly get to that amount. But for right now, we're here with the Little Big Huff, and he is just mowing down the zombies like they're none of the business. I guess going back to what I was saying earlier, the Call of Duty series thus far, I mean, there's been controversies going around between that and Battlefield 3. The Little Big Huff, he can tell you the amazing stuff about Battlefield compared to Black Ops. Now, granted, I mean, I love the Black Ops series. I love the Call of Duty series worth, everything. But, I have to give it to him. Yeah. If you ever want a multiplayer game, definitely play it. Definitely play the Black Ops series, the Call of Duty series. But if you're wanting just for the more single player games, maybe definitely play the Battlefield 3 series. It's just amazing. It's definitely more realistic than this. Others can argue with that, but thus far from Little Huff's opinion and also my own, I think that the Battlefield 3 series itself is also definitely over this for sure whenever it comes to graphics or anything like that. But I guess for you guys that like to play multiplayer a lot, this game is definitely for you. Playing it with other people. I also have another person that I also play with, and we play multiplayer online. I myself have a PS3. The Little Big Huff here, he is playing on an Xbox 360 Elite. That's also very controversial. Some people say that the Xbox is better online than the PS3, which is probably true. I've always thought because of the server download, but of course, okay, now round 11. Round 11 on single player evidently is the dogs again. Different on multiplayer. I think in multiplayer is about 13 or so. But if you haven't noticed, he's still trying to pick up right here. And yet again, the dog's actually attacked because he's not in the right position. But when all doubts, always go to the left side, because on the left side it's so much more easier. You can get on the far side. Or another strategy is you can possibly run. But right now a little bit tough. He's trying to figure out this glitch before it gets way too late in the other rounds. And I think he has found it. I believe he has. For these dogs, these dogs are called hellhounds. I think the background on this game is Samantha, who is one of the persons that also found Nova 6. Those used to be her pet dogs. She used to have a pet dog, and eventually she got into the transporter and also into other toxic wastes for Nova 6, and eventually they went straight down to hell, and now they're called hellhounds. So far, so that's basically what I know about the dogs themselves. Very feisty dogs, very feisty. They're not your common German Shepherds. They will bite your face off if you ever have a chance. But not to say German Shepherds, they're beautiful dogs. I admire them myself. Now, what he was just knifing right there, those are traps, booby traps. You can set them up all around, all of the area. Yeah, that's also a turret that you can activate at any point in given time. But for right now, since it's really a low round, you really don't need those right now until you actually start getting really desperate on ammo and so much and so forth, and you can go back and you can relay to that. All right, there is a good thing right there. That's a nuke, and he's just mowing them all over. I mean, it's just amazing in my opinion. See, and they all go down, no problem. Just lean up right to him. You don't have to give him a gentle tap. They just go right down. If you notice, his points doubled dramatically. But for right now, he's waiting maybe to get about 1,300 until he's going to go pack. And that's really interesting. So, yeah, as I already said earlier, Pack-a-Punch is 5,000. You can go up there and basically, but you probably have about 45 seconds to do it. So, if in all reality, at least pack one weapon during these type of rounds. Eventually, it's going to require two, but for right now, you can actually go ahead and just pack just one.
Show me with your fingers what time.
Alright, so for right now, he's on round 13. Thus far, we have been shooting close to 23 minutes. We only do 25-minute video intervals. So, for right now, we're about to end it up right here for our part 1 of Kino Toten. It is really fantastic how the Little Big Huff has its own strategy of solo single player. Other people have other strategies that they might want to present. But thus far, it's going really good for him. If you already noticed, I guess this is what most of them actually use. Others might have seen this before, but it's just amazing on single player. You definitely don't see me actually doing it. So if you haven't already noticed, we are reaching really close to about 24. Let's see here if we can go ahead and just stretch this out. So if you already noticed, he's already creating another strategic strategy where he is also getting out right here. I think right now he's going to stop right now. Well, he's about to stop right now and hopefully try to find a place where we can finally wrap up this recording. But so far, it's been really good so far. Alright guys, please like and subscribe.